Hello, I'm Liam Boyle. I'm just filming my video for uh, polymorphism. Um, so for this part, we have the main program. I'll explain in a second. So we have the base class, which is bird. It has pretty simple things like how to, getting the name, the constructor for it, some methods which can be overridden as they're virtual. So for flying, and then one which pretty much just lists the bird's name. For this part, we have duck, which is derived from the base class of bird. So it inherits those previous things, while also for duck class, we added size and kind. Still get the name part. And for this part, we have an override for flying and an override for kind of like just the listing the details of the duck. So it would have, name, base, kind, size. Similar thing for penguin, where we just it's a derived class from bird, and it has an override for flying and like for its name. So for this main area, we start off with creating a bird type list called birds. And then after that, we just kind of create a bunch of different animals. So we create, a bird called bird one, bird two. We name them Skittles, Whiskey. Create penguins. Name one of them Lanuki, other one Happy Feet. And create a couple of ducks. Now, as ducks have those extra things such as size and kind, we also have to input those in. So that's why we still have the name Daffy, its size 10, and its kind, which is a mallard duck. Duck 2, Donald, size 15. It's a decoy duck. From here, we're able to add, as the birds list just comes from the whole as birds. This part here is kind of like upcasting. As you can see, we can add bird 1, bird 2, but we can also add duck 1 and duck 2. This is simply because duck 1 and duck 2 are from the bird class. They can kind of be upcasted and treated as birds within this birds list. Same thing for penguins as well. This line of code is just kind of, we add, we kind of create a new bird named Apples and we add them to the birds list. After this, we create another list for ducks called birds to add, and we add the duck type animals to it, duck 1 and duck 2. From here, this enumerable part allows us to kind of change the way that the birds to add kind of be viewed, and we kind of have like a different thing for it. So birds to add, this one originally is treated as ducks, but upcasting them, we upcast them back to their base class as birds, so they can kind of be treated as birds now. So that's kind of the like upcasting part. And then from here, create a new bird list called birdies. We add a new bird named Feathers. And then we also add, we'll use add range, which kind of just adds, what's a method which adds the upcast ducks to this new birdies list as well. So we added the upcast ducks list to the birdies list. For this, even though they are ducks in this list, they're treated as birds. That's kind of how upcasting works. So it kind of gets, I wouldn't say simplified, but like, instead of becoming like a specialized duck, it kind of just gets pushed back into just being a regular bird. The way that covariance could work in this is we could create another example list for penguins and call it, penguins to add. We could kind of recreate this thing, but for penguins, and upcast them from being that penguins class to the bird class pretty much, and then we could add them to this birdies list. And even though there's penguins and ducks and regular birds, they would all just be treated as birds underneath that same birdies list. That's kind of how covariance works. So it like allows a bunch of different classes to kind of be put together and kind of treated similarly under that same birds class. I hope that explains how covariance kind of works in my code. And yeah, I'll just run it as this code as well, just uses that string to print kind of just the bird details. And then here, duck one, fly. It was just to show how the override works. So I'll just click play. Play. Yes, as you can see, within the birdies list, it would have correctly added a bird named Feathers, which is here, and it would also have the ducks within it from that previous upcast ducks from the birds to add thing. As you can also see, the ducks still keep their override for like to print out their details, which is cool and shows how that all works. And for duck one, this is just to show how it overrides. Instead of just being flap flap, it would be flap flap chirp. I hope that explained kind of just the things of covariance and upcasting. They kind of can work like hand in hand together.